I love writing a great song with someone and then watching them do all the hard work, the 5 a.m. wake-up calls and doing all the rehearsals and stuff. I'm Alex Kline, songwriter and producer, living in Nashville, Tennessee. I picked up the guitar when I was 13 because I heard Under the Bridge by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and something about that guitar intro made me want to learn how to play guitar. So my parents got me that, thinking we'll get her a cheap guitar, she's not gonna pick this up, because they made me take piano lessons when I was 10 and I hated it. To their surprise, it just kind of blossomed from there. A lot of my production work starts from being in the room and writing with an artist and kind of like creating the sound with them, and then them being like, oh, this might be what we've been looking for. That's really my happy place, is like developing with an artist and creating the sound and going from, you know, the ground all the way up. One of my more regular artists that I work with is Tenille Arts. We just had our first #1 together with a song called Somebody Like That. We actually made history as the first all-female team to have a #1. I was the first solo female producer in country music to have a #1, which is kind of crazy that it took till 2021 to have a female do that. But anyways, usually producing any record, I'll usually have an idea of something and I'll think that a certain song sounds perfect, and then the artist will be, oh, I want something that's maybe 10% different than what I would hear, and I sometimes don't necessarily at first think that they're right, but then I always usually come around and I'm like, oh, okay, this is maybe, you know, not how I would have done it originally, but I think it's just good to be like open and flexible, and as a producer, remember that it's the artist's name on the project and not my name in big letters with my picture on it, so they have to be in love with it. What makes a great record? I think the artist saying something that's really happening to them and not being afraid to be vulnerable and speak about something that's really difficult, and not just wanting to pretend like everything's happy and good all the time. And then I think sonically is just finding something that makes it just a little different than everything else that you've heard before, and just going a little bit outside of the box.